I'm going to introduce our speaker. His name is Ryan Ottman. He's a resident of Chino Hills. He's the founder of an organization called Whole Creations. It's a podcast and also a YouTube channel. And what he does is he focuses on helping people with special needs and also encouraging folks, how do you live a life of wholeness? How do you recognize the value of you and who you are? How do you see your gifts? And how do you capitalize on that to do big things? So excited about that business, his organization. And so today Ryan's going to be talking about really the importance of identifying and valuing the people that have really assisted you and really helped you get to the next level. Again, Ryan Ottman.
Congratulations, class of 2022. Can we give it up? You guys made it through high school. As I look at you, I can see this valuable worth that you carry. As I've talked to some of you, I really see this valuable worth that you carry. And my hope for you is that as you leave this place, your mission can be to go out there and manifest that worth that you have out there in the world, because it's some crazy times, y'all. It's some crazy times, but I do believe there are some people that are able to overcome those crazy times and to bring such life change to the world around. I really believe I'm looking at some life-changing people in this room right now. Well, anyway, my name is Ryan Ottman, and one random fact about me is I love Marvel movies. Do I have any Marvel fans in the room? Oh, okay, all right, cool. I love Iron Man. I love Captain America. Ooh, and I love Spider-Man. Who's seen the latest Spider-Man? Oh, okay, not that many. Y'all need to go watch it. If y'all haven't watched it, y'all missing out. I won't kill it for you, but all I'm gonna say is these words. Spider-Man ×3, that's all I'm gonna say. Or another thing is, I love Star Wars. Is there any Star Wars fans in the room? Okay, all right, yeah, okay, heck yeah. I love the Mandalorian series. The Keynote series is good. Boba Fett, it can be worked on a little bit. And I also love the trilogy. Maybe you guys are more involved with the trilogy, and I love the trilogy. I love Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke Skywalker, and just like the mission they have to want to save the galaxy. Now, I can tell some of you are like, oh, here we go, we're going to talk about Marvel and Star Wars. No, we're not. Please stay focused. I see some of you guys are just dozing off on me. Don't doze off on me. Stay focused, because I'm telling you, this speech I'm about to share with you, it's really impactful. Please stay focused. So, I was wondering, what is it about Star Wars or about these Marvel characters? What is it about these characters that really gravitate our attention? And then it hit me. All of these characters in these movies or in these TV shows, they have one thing in common. They are heroes that believe in their humanity. I'm going to say it again. They are heroes that believe in their humanity. Because think about it. Whether it's Black Panther, Thor, Iron Man. Can anyone name any other heroes I'm missing? Any other heroes? Just shout it out if you can.
Scarlett Johansson.
Okay, all right. Anyone else have another hero that I'm missing out on? Shout it out. Just shout it out the best you can. Doctor Strange. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, Hulk. Okay. But anybody else?
Wonder Woman.
Whoa, Wonder Woman. Okay. Wonder Woman's from DC though, I think, Mark. I don't know. Anyway, same concept. But the main thing is, all of these heroes have one thing in common. The common thing is that they are heroes that believe in their humanity. Because think about it. If you believe in something or someone, you're going to do anything to help that certain someone that you believe in. I'm going to say it again. If you believe in that certain someone or something, you're going to do anything to help that person. So how often in our own lives do we have a hero? How often in our own lives do we have a hero? Now, I'm no longer talking about Star Wars or the Marvel series. I'm talking about the person that's right next to you, or it could be a best friend, a teacher, a social worker. Who is that hero for you? Because I realized in my own life, if it were not for the heroes that have impacted me, I wouldn't be standing here in front of you today. And I believe it's safe to say that if it were not for the heroes in your own life, you would not be here, right here in this moment. So who is that hero for you? As you think about those heroes, I'm going to tell you about 3 heroes that really impacted my life and that have brought me here to this very moment. The first hero's name is Gloria Hamilton. She was my grandmother. And what really impacted my life was she had a different perspective about a diagnosis that I was given. So at the age of 2, I was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. Now, autism is very wide, it's very big, it's a very big spectrum, but the doctors told my parents that I wasn't going to be able to talk, I wasn't going to be able to read, I wasn't going to be able to do anything in my life. They said I was going to live in an institution by 20. Has there ever been a situation that people have spoken over you? And how it's greatly impacted your life? Has that ever happened to you? So my mom and dad, they didn't know what to do. But my grandma, woo! My grandma, woo! My Jamaican, amazing grandma. She said her own Jamaican accent. Ryan doesn't have autism, man. No, 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 no. He's going to be a winner, man. He's going to be a champion, man. He's going to be doing all these great things, man. Yeah, man. Jamaican me crazy, man. Ha ha! Well, I mean, your grandma sounds like a Jamaican masculine man, Ryan. No. I'm just playing around with her. But the thing is, every day, with that diagnosis that I was given, my grandma would pray to her Lord and Savior Jesus Christ that He would give me the abilities to do the complete opposite of what the doctors were saying. So she would continue to do that. Even though I was having all these meltdowns, I was having a rough time in school, my grandma would just keep to her faith, and that's when things started happening. At the age of 5, I started to talk, which is pretty late in a child's development, 5 years old. 11 years old, I was starting to read, like actual sentences. I wasn't just reading cat, dog, because of the picture words. I was actually reading real sentences. And then at 16, my grandmother passed away due to heart failure. And I spoke at her funeral. What's really interesting is, years ago, I was supposed to not talk, but then 16 years later, or let's see, I was 2 when I was diagnosed, so 14 years later, I'm giving a speech at my grandmother's funeral. Whether or not you have a religious background or not, the thing is, God has a sense of humor, I will say that. And I've seen such amazing things. Now I'm a qualified speaker. Like all of this, all because my grandma just kept to her faith and helped my mom and dad to know that there was something more in my life. That's who my hero was. Who is your hero in your life? The second hero is my best friend, Asher. So, I'm originally from Charlotte, North Carolina. Asher and I, we were this tight best of best friends. Like nobody could separate us. And we had such a tight bond friendship from high school. And Asher and I, we lost touch over the recent years because as young adults, things change, life changes. But I remember so closely the impact that Asher had on my life. You see, back in Charlotte, I had this really big dream all throughout high school to leave my parents' house in Charlotte, North Carolina, to move out to California. I really wanted so badly to move out to California, so badly. Some of you are like, why California? These gas prices are too much, Ryan. It's okay, I don't get it. Because the thing is, when you know that you have a dream in your heart, you'll do anything to maintain that dream. And so that dream for me was to move out to California. But I didn't have the independent skills to live on my own. You see, with having autism, I didn't know how to really take care of myself. I didn't know how to do laundry. I didn't know how to take care of money. I didn't know how to advocate for myself, to be assertive. And so the thought of me living by myself in California was out of the question. And so I remember being in Asher's room back in high school, and I was just so depressed because it's like, dang, I won't be able to go out to California. I really want to go to California, but I can't. I don't have what it takes. And I was just feeling so low in Asher's room. And Asher had this USA map on his wall. And I remember the USA map so clearly. Ryan, you're going to go to California one day. You will go to California. As I was feeling so low, I suddenly was able to rise. And I hold that memory so close to me. That was back in the year 2014, I believe, 2014, 2013. And so months goes by, Asher and I would graduate high school like this. I remember my graduation, going to be 8 years on the 16th of this month. We graduated high school, and the plan was I was going to go to a community college in North Carolina. And the community college was supposed to give me the scholarship money to leave Charlotte to move out to California, to go to San Francisco. That was the plan. However, I failed the class that was supposed to give me the scholarship money to go to San Francisco. And I was so sad, I was so hurt. It seemed like after all these years of looking forward to a dream, it was taken just like that. How often in your life has there ever been a time where you wanted a dream so badly, a goal to take place in your life? Whether it was a job, there may have been a girlfriend or a boyfriend that you wanted, but they rejected you. There may have been a lost opportunity. You wanted to reconnect with a loved one, and then the opportunity is just taken away from you just like that. That's the pain that I felt when I found out that I wasn't going to be able to go to California. So I went home. I dropped out of the community college and I went home and I attempted suicide. I tried taking my own life because it just seemed like after all these years of looking forward to a dream, it was gone just like that. When all hope is lost, it just seemed like the best thing to do was to take my own life. I won't get into details of what I did exactly, but I will say that I shouldn't be here in front of you. I should be gone. However, my dad came home early that day, and usually he didn't come home early. He usually doesn't come home early, but that one specific day, November 13th, 2014, he came home early and he saved my life. And that same night, Asher came over to my house. The fact that Asher was there that night, it spoke volumes to me. Even though I was drunk, even though like I was blacking out in a way, I can still remember the glimpse of Asher being right there by my side. Even though he wasn't saying this, him just being right there, it felt like Asher saying, Ryan, don't give up on me, man. Don't give up. No, come on, don't give up on me, bro. You cannot give up on me. That's what it felt like with Asher being there. Sure enough, 2.5 months after the suicide attempt, I ended up in Redlands, California, at a transitional home. And that was amazing because it was, sometimes we take detours in our lives because we may not be ready for a certain something, but as you go through those detours, there's a character that's shaping within your heart where you're ready to take on what's ready for you. And I realized I love Southern California a whole lot more than Northern California. That's just what I realized. Life will help you if you're willing to move with the punches. You will get to where you're destined for. And so, 2.5 months, went out to Redlands, California to a transitional home, and a few months later, Asher flies out to California. And we go to the Tower Mall to go to Cheesecake Factory to celebrate. And the thing is, it was just crazy. After all the hell I went through in Charlotte, and seeing how life took us full circle, it was such a beautiful thing that I was able to make it to California, to a transitional home, and my best friend was there to celebrate with me in that very moment. The heroes that you have, they will stick with you through thick and thin. They will be right there with you no matter how hard it may be. That's a true hero. Asher was my true hero. Who was your true hero? The last hero is a man that has really impacted me tremendously. He has such wisdom that just overtook everything in me. Like when you realize you're ignorant to some things and a person comes and shows you the right way, that's who this guy was for me. You see, I went out to Redlands, California to a transitional home, and in the transitional home, they help you to get a job, they help you to go back to school. So I went to San Bernardino Valley College at the time. I got a job at Amazon, and I was trying to transition into living in my own apartment independently. And all that came with the help of a case manager, a mentor. And this guy tremendously impacted my heart. He helped me to advocate for myself. And actually, he's right here, right now with me tonight. He didn't know I was going to talk about him, but Mark Bentley has made such a tremendous impact in my life. Can you guys give him a round of applause? If it weren't for you, I don't think I'd be here 7 years later. So thank you. So, what Mark did for me, it was very hard for me to advocate for myself. So I remember this one time, we were just walking around Redlands, and he wanted me to ask somebody in a restaurant, like, hey, where is 5th Street? Let's say it's 5th Street. And I was like, okay, I'll go check out, I'll go ask this person where 5th Street is. So I go into this restaurant, because Mark's trying to teach me how to be a self-advocate and not have to rely on people. And so I went to this restaurant, and I was like, hey, where's 5th Street? And the lady looked at me just like, it's down there to the left, and so I was like, all right, thank you. And so I go back to Mark, and he says, was that so bad? And I said, no, it was pretty good. So, I hold these memories so close to me. And I remember this one time I was in his office, and I was like, just wondering what's going to take place for me in California? What's out here for me in California? And I was sitting down in his office, and he gives me this journal. And I don't know if you remember this, but I was wondering what's going to take place. And he said, hey, I know you really want to make an impact in the autistic community, so here's a journal for you to write down your speeches. And I remember that so clearly. He said, you have a message, keep it. Something along those lines, I do remember that. And so, all that to say, as I'm closing down this speech, if you have a hero that has greatly impacted your life, I challenge you to go ahead and take out your phone, or if they're not here with you tonight, if your hero's not here with you tonight, I challenge you to take out your phone right now and go ahead and email that person, text that person, or if they're on social media, go ahead and send that person a what was it? Snap what? I know, I was just playing with you guys. I remember. But yeah, go on Snapchat, go on Instagram, go on Facebook, and just send them a message thanking them for the impact they've made. Because let me tell you, me telling Mark thank you for the impact he's made on me, that touched my heart, but it's more impacted his heart. So in the same way, I believe if you go ahead and you send that person a random message, thanking them for the impact they made on you, it's gonna really impact them. And take the time to really connect with those people that truly made an impact on you. Mark and I don't work anymore, but I love just keeping him in my life because he helps me to really make the time to have success in my own life. And so I want to thank you guys for having me here, and all the best to your journeys and where you're going. I've met some of you. You guys are amazing from the people I've met, and the ones I have not talked to yet, let's talk after the event. Have a great night.
Thank you so much for watching this Whole Creations episode of my speech. I want to encourage you guys, if you guys have a dream, a desire, just believe it and you will receive it. I remember years ago, I've been wanting to do a speech for the youth and nothing was happening. Everything was just, it was like one speech out of that whole 3 years I was believing. And now God's opening doors where I'm able to be a keynote speaker at this event, at the graduation. I'm going to be speaking at USC in a few weeks. So God's moving, and I just want to encourage you guys, put yourself out there and know that He's got you. No matter how long it may take, He's got you.